Hi everyone, it's me, Sally, aka Sailor Tarot Magic, and we're gonna do tarot today for Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Okay, so I just did fire signs, and this is for the full moon in Leo, which is on Sunday, February 5th. Okay, so I told my story in the fire sign video, so I'm gonna tell my story in the earth sign video just to be fair. I wasn't planning on doing a tarot reading video for every single full moon and new moon, but I wanted to do it for this upcoming one for a special and particular reason. And if you're here tuned in because you want to get your read, just know that it's going to be a minute until we get to that, just to make sure everybody's up to speed because not everybody watches every element video. Okay, so when I first started getting into astrology, I did my birth chart and I asked my mom for my birth time, and this was back in 2019. And I was very excited just to look it up, and I didn't question the validity of the time or the accuracy. I just thought, I'm her daughter. She should remember, like, ballpark, that 2 hour window when I was born. So, the reason why the time is important is because without it, it won't show you the correct axis of how the houses intersect with the zodiac signs. So there's 12 houses, there's 12 zodiac signs, and it determines your rising or your ascendant. So I want to say this was last year, right before I was going to Egypt, actually, and I was questioning whether my birth time was accurate or not. So because I had started talking to my dad again, I wanted to confirm, like, hey, mom told me I was born this time. Like, do you remember that or whatever? And, I asked my sister, and I wasn't getting a clear answer, and nobody was really sure. And even my mom was trying to change the time that she gave me. And I was like, you know what? Something's not right. So I took it upon myself to find out on my own. I have a copy of my own birth certificate, but it was a short form and it didn't have the time. And when I looked at it closely, I saw that they didn't do my birth certificate until a week or something after, like the paperwork. But I know nowadays they don't let you leave without doing that. But so I was like, okay, so there's room for error here. So, I went on the internet, and I was born in New York. So I went on the New York State website, and it said you can get a reprint of your long form birth certificate, which will have your birth time. And I was like, okay, so this is it. But the other hurdle that I went through is that I had to know the hospital I was born in. So this is when I asked my sister, she was 4 when I was born, but I figured, hey, like, out of all the people in my family, she is the most reliable when it comes to information and accuracy. And she was actually right, because they said on the site, make sure all the information you give us is accurate. And because the hospital that I was born in was now closed, it was very important to make sure that was correct. So, like, I'm here on the edge of my seat, like, I need to find this out. It's like, this is pertinent information for my spiritual journey and my evolution and my growth. Like, I need to know that this is right. So I filled out the information, and then I said, you know what, I'll pay the extra $40 to make sure it's delivered UPS so it doesn't get lost in the mail. And I kept my fingers crossed, and then I get the actual time, and it's 12 hours off from what my mom said. And my dad had no idea, he was just guessing. So I was like, okay, this makes a lot of sense. So from what I thought my big three was, I thought I was a Cancer moon, and I thought I was Aquarius rising. Well, turns out I'm a Leo moon and a Leo rising, because the moon was moving into Leo, and the rising, because it was flipped. My mom said 9 a.m., but it was 9 p.m., so it was flipped to the opposite rising of Leo. And I was like, oh. And then so many things started to connect. This is why I'm a filmmaker. This is why I do videos. This is why I'm very creative. And everything started to connect. So I feel like the old birth chart I had was dimming my light and not really in sync with my strengths, my abilities. And, in that year, 2019, 2020, 2021, where I'm like learning all these things about myself. And I was like, some of this stuff in my birth chart, what it's saying is not connecting. And again, it wasn't like in your face because a lot of it is right because of my birthday, but the time changed those major things. And this is why I say, for a full picture, watch your sun, moon, and rising, because you could just be watching your sun sign, but your moon sign represents how you process emotions and how you feel at home, which a lot of us have been for a long period of time. So if you felt disconnected for that reason, now you know why. And then your rising sign, which I've heard a lot of astrology people say it shows like your physical features a little bit. There are some commonalities between other rising signs. It's also how you present yourself to the world, your public persona. And I feel like because my moon sign and my rising sign is the same, it's like how I am at home is how I am in public. And it's like, I'm consistent. I'm consistent with that. And again, that made sense to me. But so I look back on, I guess, my old inaccurate birth chart, and I don't really have to get rid of it. I mean, that was part of my journey. I needed to see that. And I realized that when I did my Vedic astrology birth chart, I did have a Cancer moon. And that's just a different calculation where some of them say is like more accurate. And what we use, the commonly Western, is called tropical astrology. So, whatever resonates with you or makes sense to you, use that. But for the instance of this video, and just to keep it simple, I am a Leo moon and a Leo rising, and this is why doing the full moon and Leo readings is important to me. So now you'll want to know what that means for you. Okay. So Leos represent royalty. They represent courage, and they're ruled by the sun. So if you think about it, you got the sign that's ruled by the sun and is now in full moon. So I feel like this channels polarities. So if there is any area in your life where you're like very like back and forth, super moody, super indecisive, the full moon is going to shine on that. And it's like, all right, so how can we make this more balanced? How can we make you feel more stable or constant, or feel like you have both sides? You know what I'm saying? So like, because the moon is very much behind the scenes, when you're at home, secrets, and those are going to be revealed with the full moon, and then extra shine because of the Leo sun. So just think about those things and how it can make sense for you. And again, do your birth chart if you really want a full picture. Okay, so in addition to that, I also wanted to do something for February being Valentine's Day. So the Hidden Truth Oracle, I'm going to give you an extra love message. So when I pull the Oracle card for you, think about a person that can be past, present, future. And if they could say something to you, what would they say? So that's going to be part of the little love read, but it's not going to be the full reading. I did mention how this is going to be the love oracle when I do Love is in the Air in Keyport, Saturday, February 11th, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Town and Country Inn on Highway 35. And that is if you're local to the Monmouth County area. So check me out for that. And if you would like to learn tarot yourself, I will be doing an Intro to Tarot workshop in March. And if you would like more information on that and you would like to participate, I have a link in the description to fill out the Google form to find out the level of tarot where you're at. So last year I did get rid of my other love oracle, and I did love reads, and I wasn't crazy about it, but I still wanted to give you a little tidbit for those of you who are um, single, or in unofficial relationships, and you want to know where whatever is going. I wanted to give you something, um, just because I'm more comfortable doing general slash career reads, and if the love comes in, it's a little, it's a side dish, it's not the main course. Okay, I believe those are all of the announcements. Okay, so for a full picture, watch your sun, moon, and rising. If you would like a personal reading, you can DM me on Instagram or call or text. My number is 732-314-0777. Okay, so for those of you watching, earth signs, think of a person, focus on a person, past, present, future. It can be an ex, it can be who you're with right now, or it can be who you'd like to be with in the future, whoever that may be. Okay, so if this person could say something to earth signs watching right now and watching the replay, what would this person say to earth signs if they could say anything at all? What would they say? I hide behind material things. Okay, so this is telling me that this person is acting like their life is great without you. And again, I mostly get past, so it's like, oh, if they're acting like their job is great, and they have all their friends and they're super busy, that's not really how they're feeling. They are very much putting on a front, and they are very hurt about how the situation ended. They're very upset that you are no longer in their life, and they're very much trying to hide that. So, you take that with you however it resonates. Again, these are general reads. So if that doesn't resonate with you, it could be because I'm not picking up on your energy. So you take whatever you want from this reading that means something to you, and then leave the rest behind. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the tarot portion. Okay, so what is the message for earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn? What do they need to know for this upcoming full moon in Leo? Give me 5 cards. So I noticed that the fire sign reading ended up being a whole love reading. So I'm curious to see if that happens for you too as well, earth signs. Okay. And what is the present energy for earth signs? You gotta be flipping kidding me. You got the same card in the same position as the fire sign read. Fucking 6 of Cups reverse, and I shuffled. Holy crap. Okay. So if you have fire in your chart, please go watch the fire sign. And I may have mentioned this like once in previous videos. If you want to cross watch on your person, know their sun sign, and they happen to be a fire sign, y'all could be mirroring energies. Okay, so 6 of Cups reverse is talking about being stuck in the past, replaying memories, replaying conversations, and very much ex past relationship energy. So you're in this of, I should have said this, I could have said that, and why didn't this person understand, and why can't things be, and very much stuck in the past, and really having a hard time letting go. And this could be multiple relationships, this could be a repeating pattern, this could be like the span of your life of like, why does it always come down to this, why is it always ending? Whoo, okay, now it's getting juicy. Oh man. Okay. So what is the past relevant to the situation? And now, because we're going down the same road as fire signs, I'm very curious to see what happens in the past. Whoo, Four cups, four cups. Okay, all right. It's not the same. The story is a little bit different, just so you know. Okay, so Four of Cups tells me that in the past you were in a dead end relationship. So it was very much, you may have been in this relationship for out of convenience because you didn't want to be out there. It could have been like, all right, well, I can't move out of this place because I need your income so we can pay bills together, but I really don't want to be with you. I'm getting that type of energy where it's like, the relationship is over, but you're still stuck with this person because you don't know where else you can go, or you can't move out, or you're locked in, or you're married and you don't want to get a divorce. It's all that type of energy where it's like, I'm just going through the motions. I don't really want to be here. And now because you're looking at Six of Cups, you're like, how did I get here? Because I feel like beyond this time frame, there was a good period. There was a moment of, being on the same wavelength, feeling that soulmate energy, really being drawn and attracted to that person, but that has died. And Six of Cups has you in like, what happened? How did I get here? Okay. So yeah, flavor's a little bit different. Okay, but you're very much in your feelings. We have cups all across the board so far. So you're very much in your feelings and your thoughts and your memories. Okay, so what is the future / advice for earth signs for this full moon in Leo? Ace of Wands. Okay, so this is telling me, and not to be vulgar, but you got to go out there and screw somebody, because whatever is up in your head, it's like you got to hit the reset button, put yourself out there, and whoever you connect with, like even on a casual level, go for that. And it's like, you know what, I just need to connect with somebody, whether it be physical or I we like the same, have the same favorite color. It doesn't even have to be that serious, but you just gotta find that passion again. And not even, it doesn't have to be with the person. I'm just saying that because Ace of Wands is big dick energy, but it could literally just be something that's creative. The full moon in Leo talks about, I put it in the description, harnessing your creative energy, making yourself feel good, self-love, whatever that is to fill your cup, because you got all these cups, is necessary. And, I'm just giving suggestions, but this is telling me that this is what is needed in this current situation. So something to spark you joy, something that you can be passionate about again, to reignite what has been lost for so long. Okay, so I guess this is going to be all about relationships because I brought out these Hidden Truth Oracle, which wants to make it a love message. So they're telling me a story too. They're saying, don't be afraid to talk about relationships and love, because that's what's happening. So we're all in it together. Okay. So I'll put my love reading thinking cap on because we're switching to that, because that's what it clearly wants to talk about. All right. So why is this all happening for earth signs? Seven of Cups. Okay. So this is going full circle. Look, you got more cups. All right. Seven of Cups talks about options. So I'm going to say this again. I said it before. This isn't about just one person. This is about multiple people, multiple relationships that replayed and ended the same way. So whether it be somebody didn't want to open up and then plateau, die, like the relationship, it's hot and heavy in the beginning. And then you realize, oh, I don't like that you do this. Oh, I don't like that you do that. And it fizzles away. And you're like, am I ever going to be with a person where that doesn't happen? And it's like, yes, there, in most relationships, there is that stage where it's like you're not in the honeymoon phase anymore. But it doesn't mean you have to despise the person or, end up like you need a ride or die, so to speak. And you kept seeing it in other people and it just didn't work. And you also have to think about, what is the role that you played? Were you an enabler? Did you want to see what you wanted to see? Did you have rose colored glasses on? Like all of these things to not repeat the same mistakes. I say I don't like talking about love readings, but it seems to be going smoothly so far. Okay. All right. So, what is the best possible outcome for earth signs for the full moon in Leo? Bam! You got the Tower. Okay. So this is telling me whatever you're accustomed to when it comes to relationships and how you meet people and whatever structures you have and expectations about love and relationships, throw all of that out the window, because that's what's going to get you attracting the same type of person and replaying that cycle and continuing the pattern. Everything new. So if you have a specific type of person you go for, do the opposite. If you have a specific place you like to meet people, go somewhere different, because anything that you used to do is gone. Finito, se acabó. So this is also telling me this is what to be focusing on for this full moon in Leo. Manifest. Who is your person? What do you no longer want? Write it on a piece of paper, burn it, take it away, universe. I don't want it. And this is the Tower energy, because whatever was happening in your love life is just constantly replaying, and there's healing that needs to be involved. So lean into this, Leo moon. If you want to write a poem or some emo song, and whoever broke your heart or disappointed you, just get it out there on paper, channel it into creative energy, and then release it, because then you're not holding on to it and you're not going to replay that, because you got to play that role in healing yourself to not repeat this pattern. Oh, snap. That was deep. Okay. So that is the reading for you, Earth signs, and you can take that with you into this lunar cycle. The full moon in Leo is on Sunday. So if you'd like to do a moon ritual, like I suggested, you can do it tonight, tomorrow night, Sunday night. Take advantage of that opportunity, because full moons are a good time to release. And based on this reading, it looks like you got a lot to release. Okay, so if this reading didn't resonate with you, it could be that I wasn't picking up on your energy. You are more than welcome to DM me or call or text to set up a personal read. And I also do tarot parties and, the tarot workshop. Just want to drop that. Okay. Thanks so much, everybody, for watching. And remember, energy is your greatest currency. And I'm doing air signs next. Thanks. Bye.